Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now live with BB3 TV.
All right, guys. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good, having a good weekend here. I just wanted to take this opportunity since I actually had time today. The rain created an opportunity for me to be able to be home and work on some event stuff that I needed to take up here today, including getting registrations done, because a lot of people are asking me questions about, hey, how many guys are registered and things like this, and people are looking for numbers and things like that. So stay tuned. By the end of this weekend, I'm going to have a complete list sent out to a gentleman who's going to organize it all, and we'll have that stuff out to you. So if you can, guys, jump in here a little bit. Tell me where you're watching from as usual, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling here. John, got a question for me. Where is the reenactors only engagement taking place at? The green area marked off? Give me a second. So what I'll do is I'll pull up the maps here. I'll do a screen share if it doesn't kill my computer to do it. And we'll go over some of that stuff. So this is an important show. This is important because this is the primary question. This is where the biggest gripes are, and people, like the biggest questions coming in are questions about parking and things of that nature. Who's going to go where and what's this going to look like? And I need to put some things into perspective for you guys. For somebody who hasn't been out to the site yet and hasn't seen what this thing looks like, you have no concept of how big the area is that we're talking about. So when you get people upset about cars being parked so close to Confederate camp, like, you don't even realize how much area there is there. And it's, there's probably going to be some space between the cars and the camps and things of that nature. Hey, TK, what's happening? So just a real quick shout out to BB3 TV for hosting us as always. We appreciate you guys over there. Off the Cuff, we'll be back on soon as this event's over with, and we'll get back to doing some regular podcasts. I'm excited about that. Also, Taryn Kerper over there at the Paranormal Brew for hosting us. I always appreciate you guys so much for doing that. So thank you. All right, guys. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to jump over here and try to do a screen share. I can't guarantee that this is going to go smoothly. Yeah, we are too, brother. Oh, also, guys, real quick, I just wanted to tell you, Netflix reached out to me today, and they're actually interested in filming at our site, at our event. So that's a cool thing, guys. Netflix, I mean, that's going to be awesome. You guys might have to sign something for that. I'm not sure how it works. I'm sure they'll take care of it. But as always, Gretchen, it's good to see you. We just had dinner 5 seconds ago. Yeah, Tom, I'm super excited. Yes, Netflix. Joe Flynn, thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate you. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this map up. So bear with me. Be patient. I didn't have it set up. I tried to, but I was having a little bit of technical difficulty. All right, let's see here. Of course, this is going to take like 9 hours. Yeah, this isn't working. So here's what I want you to do, guys. If you have a copy of the map, and I don't have one with me, and again, I've been having some technical issues here. There we go. I'm going to try this one more time. It just doesn't want to load. Okay. All right, guys, I apologize for this, but we can still do this without having the pictures up. If you get an opportunity and you look at the map, okay, and you've had an opportunity to look at the map, you see where Confederate camps are, you see where Federal camps are. Give me a second. When you mention people filming the battles in another live, well, where can we get copies? Will they film in camp also? There's going to be people filming everywhere. I mean, there's going to be filming like happening all over the place, to be honest with you. I'm sure there's probably most likely going to be copies available. I'm really hoping this Netflix thing pans out, then everybody will have an opportunity to see it. It's going to be an awesome situation. I'm really just feeling the urge. I need to try this again. Yeah, I want to show you guys these maps. Wow, it is not working. Ah, wait, there we go. We got it. Okay, I'm gonna share it. Boom. Hey, there it is. Let's go full screen. And all right, guys, here we go. So I want you to let's try to make this full screen. All right, zoom in if you are able to, okay, to the map. All right, if you guys, there we go. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? I hope I'm not lagging out. We're gonna start, if I can even drag this thing. There we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna start down here. All right, guys. Right now, if you're talking to me, I can't see any comments or anything like that. So I'm just going to go with it here. All right. So if you look down here, if you can see my cursor, I'm circling. This is Black Horse Tavern Road that goes in front of the farm down here. Okay. This entrance that you see down here is the U.S. CAV and U.S. registration entrance. So when you're coming in, doesn't matter if it's north, south, east, west, whatever it is. Actually, this is technically west, east. You come in off this road, you're going to come in hard right. Okay, there'll be signs, and you'll come swing around, and you'll go up here to the U.S. registration. All right, we're setting registration up at each location to avoid bottlenecks, and it'll make registration go smoother for everybody. So we think it will. We hope it will. All right, so that's what this is. When you see this USR, that is the US registration. We will have signs out here directing US and federal to go into this area. You'll register, then you will set up camps. And then what's going to happen is you're going to exit the camp. Now, we were going to put parking down in this area here. We were going to put parking here. We decided not to do that. So we were given permission to use this entire pasture over here for parking. Now, the only downside to this, using this as parking, the farmers are not taking down any of this fencing, none of it. There's one way in, there's one way out, and you're crossing a creek in the water a little bit. It's not deep, there's concrete there, it's designed to drive over. So what's going to happen is you're going to come out here, you're going to go back out, and you're going to come back down here to this farm lane. All right. Now, so everybody knows, okay, there's been some, confusion and stuff like that about the address. The address is 1289 Black Horse Tavern Road. That covers this farm. But 1289 Black Horse Tavern Road brings you back to this spot right here. Okay, so if you use maps and you're trying to come down Old Mill Road, that's up here. This is the spot that it marks you. So it tries to bring you down Old Mill Road. Not accurate. So that's why we use 1301 Black Horse Tavern Road. Now that brings you to this house that's right here. 1301 brings you to the right side of the farm. It's the proper side. Okay. But the address that, that's a private residence on the front side of the farm there. Okay. That belongs to Ken's son. And, don't pull in his driveway. You don't want to go in there. So 1289 is actually this long driveway that brings you up into the farm area. You will have signs posted on how to get back here, but you're going to, for US camps, you're going to filter back through here, and then you're going to come up through here, and then you're going to cut down. There's a road right here, and it takes you down through, and you'll come into the parking area this way. You'll cross the creek, little off-roading. It's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. And then you'll start parking and stuff in here. US camps will fill it. This is a very large area. As you can see, it's all but the same size as the camps. It's huge. We'll start packing it in, but keep in mind, this is lined with fence, so you got to make sure you give yourself enough room. We'll have it marked to get in and out and things of that nature. You are corralled in there, so It'll be carefully planned and coordinated the way that so it's not creating a mess when you get in here. But then that's the only way in and that's the only way out of the parking. This is a trade-off, guys. If you want to have cars somewhat away from camp or on the other side of a tree line, ditch, and whatever else, and not here right beside the camps, this is the trade-off. So you'll have to deal with a little bit of going in and out of this one area. It's not a big deal. It's not hard. You'll be fine. And then if there's other issues, something needs to be accommodated, we can, address that issue when we get to it. All right, so I'm going to jump back over here. Anybody have any questions about the U.S. camps or parking over there? Hey, John. All right, so John's in, and we got Momo. Didn't even get a notification that this was going on. So, all right. So if you have any questions, just feel free to jump them in there. We'll go over and we'll take a look at it. And I'll jump back and forth. So heading back over here. All right, guys. So as you can see, that is all of the U.S. Parking and camps and things of that nature. So the idea is that there's a flow. This is a nicely improved area to get into. You'll come in and you can come out. This is two-way. Kevin did an excellent job down there. He made it super nice. And I got to tell you, these people have done so much to make this so nice. They've made improvements to all the entrances and exits to the parking areas. I mean, it's truly incredible what these guys have done for us. You guys should be absolutely impressed by what they've done for us. So huge thank you to Ken, Craig, and Kevin, and the rest of the crew out there. So, all right. So again, recap: you come up, you'll register here, you'll come in, you'll set your camps up. All right, you'll come in and get your camp set up. You'll flow back out. You'll come over and you'll park your vehicle. All right. So this is a ditch here. So you're going to have a walking path made so you can cross the path, and when you want to, you can stroll on over to Sutler Row, and there's event tents and sutlers and the band and stuff like that, and food vendors will be over there. It's a little walk. It's not as bad as it seems. We need the exercise, but there will be shuttles running. We have a couple of 8-passenger golf carts, and we have 6-passenger. But on that note, I want to make it very clear that I've spoken with security. I've spoken with medical staff. We're having a meeting out here again in a couple of weeks. That we are minimizing the use of vehicles anywhere near camps, anywhere near the battlefield, unless it's absolutely necessary. I don't want vehicles driving all over the place just so we can, go see things and stuff. We'll do the necessities like collecting trash and things of that nature. Trash collection point is big dumpsters that will be down here in the main farm area. And then we'll have golf carts that go over here to camps, collect trash, and up here to Confederate camps to collect trash as well. So, we're going to try to minimize the amount of intrusion by modern vehicles as much as humanly possible. Okay. All right. So over here, again, we're going to talk a little bit because this is something that changed. Living history was going to be over here initially. The entire group, like the entire living history setup, was going to be over here. But this is now going to be the people of Baltimore Street. This is where Michaela and her group will be set up. And we're building another bridge, another walkway here that will go over to the other living history camp. And that's the standard one that you're used to, medical impressions, things of that nature. There's going to be great medical scenarios and stuff happening over there right after the battles. I mean, it's going to be a happening place. You're definitely going to want to get over there, as a spectator and see this stuff because the battles are going to be happening. Triage is going to be happening. I mean, this is going to be a really neat, really hands-on kind of cool experience for you guys. So this is where the other living history is going to be. And it's a beautiful place to camp too. It's a low-lying area. It's nice soft ground. I mean, it's really going to be nice if you want to sleep on the ground. It'd be better than sleeping on a cot probably. So that's kind of changed since the last map that I put out. All right, if you take a look over here, you'll see in the main parking area. All right, this is the main spectator parking area. Now, we did have a map set up that put Confederate parking all the way down here. And, way up here, half a mile away, is the Confederate camps. Well, some people like that, some people didn't. I personally didn't like that because I didn't want to change my Sutler area. Sutlers were going to end up down here, packed in this little area. I didn't like that. This is the main entrance. If you look up here, this is the main entrance to the event. So when you drive in, you're going to come in down here where it says enter. And I hope you guys are seeing this, but you'll enter here and you'll come down, swing around, and there's parking slots that go off of this. And we'll be packing cars in there. Staff parking and Sutler parking has been changed from this area down here, now is back behind the Sutler area. All right, so staff parking, medical team will be parked around the medical facility, that's what this is down here. This is the main area for medical, and we will probably have a medical facility up here that's close to like the living history area. That's between the Confederate and Union camps as well, kind of like an aid station type of thing. All right, so this being the main event entrance, we want people to funnel in and be met with, okay, we're selling their tickets, we're doing that type of stuff, we're selling bracelets and things of that nature. But then when they filter in, we want them to be right in it. We want them to walk right into the Sutlers, right into the food, the event tents. We're in, and the demonstration area, which I didn't draw on the map here, is this entire area up here. So demonstrations for infantry, artillery, cavalry, and those types of things during off battle times will be taking place up there in this part of the field. So that's what's going to take place there. All right, so we want this to be kind of a flow to it. This is a bigger hill. Well, I mean, it's not huge, but it's a hill. So it didn't make any sense to try to put like living history on the other side of the like roadway that goes through here. There's a roadway that goes right down through here along the ridge or the tree line to a bridge that's right back here that was made. They improved it for us. It was already a crossing, but they improved it for the event, and they did such an excellent job of doing that. But we didn't want to put living history over here. I chose not to do that because it's kind of a hill. So I wanted to give living history a really nice, low, flat, beautiful looking area. And this was definitely it. So you guys will appreciate the camping there. It's really nice. So also, living history participants, you guys will park on this side of the US parking area. So I didn't get a chance to draw that in here, but again, this is a massive area, guys. It's huge. It's something to the tune of like 30 acres or something like that. Or 25 acres. I'm not sure, but it's a big area. It's plenty of parking. And if for whatever reason this gets filled up, then we'll start parking over here for US and living history. But I don't really necessarily see that being too big of an issue. Either way, it's not terribly far from where you guys are setting up. So that's how we're going to work that. Okay, so that takes care of staff and Sutlers. Sutlers will park up against the back of the massive event tents, the activities tents. There's two of them. They both have schedules. There's so much stuff going on, guys. There's so many people coming out to talk. We've been blessed with people that experience and authors, and it's just really going to be an excellent time. So you're going to want to take some time, even as a reenactor, and go down there and check that out. So as you see here, this is kind of a crappy drawing, but I wanted to set the Sutlers up. I want to make it look like it's not just like, I want streets to be in there and, kind of make it neat looking. And I want to put the band kind of not down here in the center. I don't want them too close to the event tents. The band's probably going to be up here on the very end of Sutler Row. That's probably where we're going to put them, give some distance from that. But the neat thing about having a brass band playing the whole time is they were playing. They were trying to increase the morale of the troops, and they were also, later on, like after the battles, the band was actually playing to kind of drown out the sound of the moaning and groaning of the men who have been wounded. So it's just really awesome that we have Joel and his group, the 46 PA band, is going to be out there. We are super excited to have them guys, and it's going to be a really great addition to the event. So, all right. So as you can see here, for anybody who is handicapped and who is going to be coming to the event, we have handicap parking that is directly across from the entrance of the event. Okay. So This is all going to, it'll actually, it's not going to look anything like this. It'll be stretching out this way and maybe 2 rows of it stretching out this way. And then we'll have shuttles that we can get you right in here to the to where you want to go. Down here at the food area, there's going to be tables packed in back here. So anybody that wants to come in, sit down, we're going to have a bunch of tables and chairs. You'll be able to come in and get off your feet for a little bit too. So that's we've taken care of that as well. So this is the handicap parking area. Again, we'll start filling in spectator parking from down in this area, and then we'll fill it up here. I'm probably going to leave just this little area down here open. I'm thinking about leaving that open for overflow parking for like living history in the U.S. Just to be careful. All right, so moving on, guys. Before I go over to Cav, I'm gonna jump over. Does anybody have any other questions? If it lets me jump over. Okay. Hey, Tom. Thanks for jumping in, brother. Gretchen, the owner's absolutely fantastic. You could ask for, but you couldn't. Just remember that and respect the land. Absolutely. Amen. That's part of the conversation that's coming. So believe me. If you have any questions, guys, pop them in over here and I'll jump back and forth here and I'll get to them. All right, so moving over here to the Cav side. Let's move up this way. Here we go. All right, as you guys can see, the black lines that are all around this map, this land is what, this is all the land that is owned by Craig. All right, this is our, we have access to the whole thing. I doubt you're going to cross the creek and go over there. You can, I would not recommend it. I would stay on this side of the creek. There's really no reason to go over there. You know, when there's just so much area here on this side of the creek, is really just absolutely no need to go over there. But as you can see, guys, this is the Cav area. So when you come in off of Black Horse Tavern Road, the lower entrance, there's an entrance to the field that's right up here. Excuse me. That's right up here at the top. Okay, we are not using that as an entrance. The entrance is down here. We will use that as an exit up there, I think. We actually may not. That's a conversation I'm having with Ken and Craig, and we're going to figure that stuff out. But for now, just plan on the entrance is down here at the lower end, closer to Craig's place. Okay, so you'll come in here. You'll go right down here to the cab registration. It's a straight shot. You'll register if you're a US cab. You'll shoot over here, and you'll get your stuff set up, and then you'll drive up here and you'll park your vehicle. This little section along the tree line up here is for those who want to live out of their trailers. So a couple of you guys want to do that, you guys will have up here in this corner. That's where you guys will be. So this is US cab. There's a wood pile over here. There's going to be water. Porta potties will keep up on this side, so you don't have to look at them. So don't complain about seeing porta potties. You're not going to see porta potties. Don't complain about the walk to get up to them either. You know, it's there for you. It's out of sight. It's still close enough for you. And down here, we're going to put another set of porta potties for the CS cab. We're not going to put them down in this area, but the Confederate cab has this area here, and it's beautiful, guys. You're gonna love it down there. It really is nice. And we'll have all the amenities. There's a huge pile of wood down here, another one down over here. There's wood scattered all the way. Plus, you guys can burn anything that's in the woods too. And we're gonna come to that. We're gonna talk a little bit about firewood and what we expect out of you guys for that. And actually, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about it now. So give me a sec here. What's really important for everybody to understand. Okay, give me a second. All right, here we go. All right, guys, give me a second here. It would be, let's see here. It would be great to have extra musicians come join us post battles at Field Hospital for Wounded. Also, it would be great. Also, we have a social that's taking place on Saturday night. We're not doing a ball. We're doing a social. So that's just a gathering for everybody. Everybody's welcome. Staff members are welcome. You don't have to be in period dress. You'll just come down and participate, and it could turn into a dance. It could turn into a ball. You know, if you have musicians, we have people calling. It turns into whatever it turns into. But we want it to be organic. We don't want it to be, you know, contrived and planned. cheesy. We just kind of want it to happen. Yes, porta johns are a modern necessity. Don't complain about them. Okay, guys, the firewood thing. As you all know, myself and my staff have been out there busting our asses for months cutting loads of firewood. Um, and there's a ton of it, but there's not enough for everybody to fill up their each street to fill up an A-frame tent to keep at their fires. And then when everybody leaves, there's little stacks of wood pile, like wood stacked everywhere. We're not doing that. Okay. You take what you need for your fire for that day, for your cook fires. Okay. You got privates, use them. Okay. Send your young blood over to get wood as you need it. And I fully expect that every piece of wood that you take from that main wood pile, okay, that you, after we're done, you're going to help us out and you're going to take it and put it back. Okay. I don't want to see huge piles of wood piled up at camps. Okay, first of all, that's selfish and ignorant. I don't want to see it. There's a lot of people, there are a lot of fires, so please just be courteous and take only what you need, guys, and then throw it back over when we're done. Throw it back on the main wood pile. I'll get to. I'm heading over to CS Infantry in a minute, brother. So please just be respectful. And guys, the guys that are campaigning and they're going to be in the wood lines, there's woods on both sides. You burn anything you guys can find in there. By all means, start burning the sticks and stuff that are in there. Let's help Ken and Craig, and let's clean up the stuff that's downed in there too. Do what you would have done. Scavenge, it's in there, guys. There's plenty of firewood, but let's be respectful and let's not fill up an A-frame tent full of firewood. It's just, and then leave it sit there for the staff to have to deal with after the fact. Let's just be respectful with the firewood. Okay, guys, I appreciate you doing that. I do appreciate the consideration. So, all right, we'll jump back over here to the map. All righty. That takes care of Cav. And I do like Bob's, I love his idea for putting, having some musicians over there for the wounded. I mean, it really wasn't much to do to lift morale, All right, so if you take a look here, guys, you see in the side of my cursor, in the side that's outside of the property that we own, this is the Upper Marsh Creek Church. Okay, so this is the building that we are using for the church services. And Chris Sweatman is doing the Sunday morning service. We did discuss doing a Saturday night service, but to be honest with you, I had a conversation with Scott. I don't know that we're going to have time to do that because, and to get to John Welker's question, the Saturday tactical is going to be taking place. Shoot, what time is that, Scott? If anyone's on here, remind me of what time that's scheduled. I think it's scheduled for something like 6, 7 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure. But that's taking place on this portion of the battlefield. So if you guys can see where my cursor is, this is the cemetery hill scenario that is specifically for reenactors only. This is not for, spectators. This is just for you guys to go out and have a good time, and burn some powder and get down and dirty, baby. I'm excited to see what you guys do with that. So I don't think we're going to end up having a Saturday night session. I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to Chris a little bit. Maybe, people that don't want to participate, maybe somebody actually wants to go in there and have a service. That's what we can do. Also, guys, just to note, this is our preservation object for this year. We want to assist them to getting this church on the National Register of Historic Places because it is very important. It is very historic, and it's in its original form. Even the pews inside the building, are original. It's just a beautiful place. So we're going to be we're going to be spending some money to get that place put on the National Register of Historic Places. But how awesome is it that we get to use that historic building? And guys, that is the J. Fouts meeting house. So really quick, if you come down here, this house that Craig lives in, this belonged to John Fouts. Was it John or James? John, I think it was John Fouts. And he started having church services in his home and uh, Joseph Sherfy, actually, if my timeline could be wrong here, but Joseph Sherfy was a part of those services. So Joseph Sherfy being the owner of the Sherfy's Peach Orchard and the Sherfy House over on the battlefield. So what's really cool is, I don't think we're going to be able to show it to you, but just back here, and it's off the view because you've got Marsh Creek down here, and that intersects with Little Marsh Creek. Back here, just out of the screen, is where the mill was. There was a Fuller Mill, I believe it was called, or was that a Fuller Mill? The Fuller Mill might have been up here. There was two mills on the property. One was down here. Wilcox actually talks about having camped near the mill at the point where the two streams met. So Wilcox's brigade actually camped on this property, guys. So something that's really neat. You are using historic ground and ground that was used by the Confederate Army during the actual Battle of Gettysburg. So this is very important. So you know, it's really neat to actually be on this property. We are so blessed and lucky that these guys are willing to do this for us, and we're going to take the absolute care of this place. If you guys ever want to have a shot at doing this again out here, so close to Gettysburg, we're going to take excellent care and respect of this property, and that is non-negotiable. Okay, so moving on. So what happened was then the church services began to be a little too much for John Fouts, and then up here he decided to build this meeting house, and that was in, I believe, 1830 or 1836, 1830, something, one of those days. But anyway, so this is an original building. It was here for the battle, and it's just really an awesome place. It's an awesome project, and we're super excited to be getting involved with that. Okay, if you take a look here, guys, this house, this belongs to one of our owners. That is Ken's place. Okay, this property is 110% off limits. We're not going to be driving cars on this property. We're not going to be, you know, hiking across it. We're going to respect Ken and his family, and we're going to stay off of this part of the property. Now, I am going to discuss, this is kind of up in the air. So for you Confederates that are watching, you're going to want to pay attention to this because this is important. Initially, I was going to have you guys, for Confederates, you were going to have to enter all the way down here. You'd come in, you'd follow the whole way around, and you'd have to filter. Give me a second. Computer's stuck. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Love lag. It's a beautiful thing. So you'd have to come all the way up here. Keep driving all the way up here. Filter around this way. Come up this way. Come to Confederate registration. And then come into here, set up your camps, and then come over here to park. Just so you guys are aware, this is like 60 or more acres. This is a huge area. It's a big, huge area. I'm thinking that your camps aren't even going to fill half of what I have marked out here. You know, well, there's space for 1,000, 15, 2,000, 3,000. I don't know, a lot. You could probably put 5,000 or 6,000 guys in this field. I'm telling you, it's huge. I'm not a good judge of it. So, but I'm with the numbers that we have, and I'm thinking there's probably going to be about 1,500 per side. Roughly estimating. Okay, there's going to be 1,500 per side. You're not even going to fill half of what I have marked up here. And we're going to start filling in for parking furthest away along the property line of Ken's property. We'll fill in this way and fill in backwards. There's going to be a space between Confederate camps and the parking. So everyone that's crying about cars being close to the parking, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, you didn't ride here on a horse and you didn't freaking walk here. You came in a car. I can't make it disappear. I don't have like invisibility cloaks. Okay, you got to park your car somewhere, and this is where it's going to go. All right. Have you noticed we've got parking for each and every place in its own spot? So Cav parking over there, CS parking there, US parking down there. I mean, it's just the way it is. So just stop crying about it. It's not a big deal. I mean, trust me, you've had worse. Believe me, I've been to some of these events from the GAC that were not as good. Believe me. So. Don't worry yourself about stuff like that. And you, for the campaigners with us, all right, you see this stretch of land here, okay? and I'm going to get back to the other part of this driving in here part in a second. Just bear with me. This stretch of land that goes, it actually comes way up here off the computer. Okay. But back here, this gets a little touchy. All right. I don't want you guys going too much past this part of the property line. And I don't see that there's even a need to, because this gentleman back here doesn't want anything to do with the reenactment. He's not against it. He just doesn't want anything to do with it. So we're going to stay as far away from this guy's property as possible because we respect them and we're not going to do anything to poke the bear. All right. So just stay out of this portion of the woods. Stay in line with this. There's plenty of woods for you guys to set up your campaigner camping and stuff like that. There's no need to go back here. So we will have it clearly marked. And so it's where we do not want you going past that. So now what I want to do is right here in front of Ken's place, okay, there's the driveway to the church. It comes in this way, all right, and it goes right past the church, and then it comes right up here. So what I want to do is, and I'm going to talk to Ken about this, and I'm going to talk to the church. I want to have Confederate camp entrance to be placed up here. It's a short distance. You come right in. If that's the case, Confederate registration will be right over here. And you'll register here. You'll file in, plop your stuff down, get your stuff set up, whatever. Come down in here and you'll park. It'll be a nice flow. It just makes the most sense to use that for Confederate. Now, that being said, there's absolutely no parking on Ken's property. I've said that already. And there's no parking on the church property. Non-negotiable. If there's a car on there, I'm towing it. It's that simple because it's just a matter of respect. These guys have done so much for us. There's no tolerance for this stuff. I'm putting it out there for a reason so you guys know. There's no questions about it. It will be marked. But we're gonna respect their properties. All right. So that's important. So that takes care of that. So hopefully, and I don't see it being a problem. Coming in up here, it's the shortest distance to the camps. It's the easiest way to get in. It is a nice road. It's just grass up into here, filter up through the tree line. There's a power line down here that's very well hidden. You really don't even notice it's there. I had even to think about it, but it's the only modern type intrusion on the property at all. But you'll kind of go on the inside of that, and you'll filter in right up through here. Trust me, you guys, because of where it is with the trees, you don't even know it's there. I didn't even realize. It's like, oh, there's poles here. You have to go around. It's really not. It's not a big deal. It's not intrusive. It doesn't look bad. It's not like, oh God, look at this big power line. It's just not bad. Trust me on that. Okay, so that takes care of that. I'm going to jump back over here. Does anybody have any questions? All right, give me 1 sec here. I'm going to take this down for a second. All right, so gotcha. I'm going to go. Oh, there's Ken. How you doing, Ken? It's good to see you, man. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. It's starting to feel weird. I haven't heard from you. All right, yes, it's 7 o'clock is the tactical. All right, Bob's got me on that one too. Appreciate you. Parking. Let's all park at Dustin's house and carpool from there. Yeah, that'll be fun. I barely have parking for us, let alone 3,000 people. That would be funny as hell, though. All right, yes, thank you. So very cool stuff. Appreciate it. It's good. It's an awesome place. Clean up and pack out your trash. Yes. So we are going to have dumpsters. It's all going to be there for you on site. We're going to have guys going around cleaning up trash. It's going to stay clean the entire time. And that's what we expect of you guys. So, I've said it before on my lives, and I'm going to say it again. So, it's better the parking a mile away from camp. Yeah, it is. It's a trade-off. You didn't come here on horses or carriages. You came here in a car. I've got to do something with your car. All right. So I'm going to really quickly discuss the battle scenarios. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. Oh yeah, check this out, man. You guys are going to listen. Battlefield what is it, Gettysburg? Oh, Bob, help me out here. What's Paul's business? These guys are. He's actually making us our own. It's called Yule's Mules. It's a whiskey. He's making it for he's like portion of the proceeds actually comes to the Patriots, the Civil War Association. It's really awesome. And I'm such a jackass. I can't even remember the name. Oh, my memory is terrible. So, all right, really quick. Let's jump into some of the battle scenarios. All right, guys. Oh. So before I move on, artillery. You notice that I don't have anything on here like artillery is like what the hell's going on? Like they don't even talk about artillery. I don't do that intentionally. I just assume that you guys know that you're going to be attached to your respective sides. Artillery will be actually up here attached to Confederate camp. Beautiful camping area. You guys will be close to the Confederate side of the battlefield. So artillery will be attached to the outside of the CS camp. Federal artillery will either be up here. That's going to be, I'm not sure. It's going to be either over here on the outside of this parking area, or it's going to be on this part of this side of the U.S. camps. That's entirely up to Mike Lavis and how you guys decide to lay that stuff out. But artillery is going to just be attached to the infantry camps. The only thing that's separate is the cav area, and that's that. So first day, guys, we're doing Buford Stand, as most of you guys know. That's going to start up here. Spectators will be right along here. Okay, as you can see, I have a walking path that we are going to build across that creek. This creek, guys, divides the entire property. Okay, it divides the entire property. There's nowhere you can go to get from one side to the other without crossing that creek. We will have several pathways and bridges built to make that easier for everybody. But first day's battle. So Confederates will start up here, and Buford and the Cav will start up here. They'll be dismounted, and fighting will commence and go this way. So picture it as this is the Chambersburg. This line of trees that you see is not trees anymore. They ripped those trees out and made us the Chambersburg Pike. And we were going to use it for the Emmitsburg Road, but that's been changed against my will. Mike, Chris, thank you. But this will no longer be the part of Emmitsburg Road. But when you see their plan, you'll understand why. And I get it. I totally get it. It does mimic the ground a lot better doing it from the other direction. It's pretty cool. We'll get to that in a second. But this is the Chambersburg Street. So the fight will go this way. You'll have Caliph's guns and Hall's battery, and those guys will be up here firing at the Confederates coming up this way. And just picture this being the Seminary Ridge back here along the tree line. So that fight's going to fall back this way. It's going to be a long fight, guys. It's going to take a while. Initially Mike was thinking it could take 2 hours to get this thing done. But I don't want anybody out there dropping like flies. So we're going to keep it within an hour. Hopefully probably going a little over an hour, but what an awesome experience you guys are going to have, because you are going to cross what we are calling Willoughby Run. You have to fight through the creek. And when I'm down there, guys, I envision this thing, man. Like if I was down here just watching this, watching the puffs of smoke coming through the trees, crossing the creek from guys going in and coming out of the creek. I mean, that is going to be so freaking intense, and horses falling back. And I mean, wow. And then the Iron Brigade is going to come in here, and the Iron Brigade is going to get their fight down here along this bottom of the hill here, along the tree line. Reynolds Woods, something to that effect, although we don't have huge amount of woods, unfortunately, but this is about where that's all going to happen. And then the fallback will take place up into this area, and that is day one. Day two is back here. This is the wheat field. Oh, and for spectators, you guys will be lined up along here. You'll be able to move with the battle. So you only be able to see this portion of the battle from here as the battle starts, but you'll be able to move across the creek and follow the battle as it goes up this way. We will have it clearly marked where you guys cannot go, but you'll be able to move with the battle as it flows. We want you to be able to see as much of it as possible. This isn't one of those things where you're like 20 miles away and you need binoculars and you can't see anything. It's, we don't want this to be a waste of anyone's time or money. We want you to come out and have a great experience. So then second day, the wheat field, where spectators will be lined up along this tree line here. I think that's actually an adequate area. It's a huge area. We cleared these trees out. It's a perfect viewing area. You can have a bird's eye view of the entire wheat field fight that's going on in here. We may set spectators back along this ridge that you see here. This is a raised piece of ground. They use it for drainage, but it's raised. We may put spectators back here to give more room for the guys to complete their maneuvers, but you guys are going to be so close. Spectators will be like right in the middle of the fight. You guys are going to be right in there. How freaking cool is that? And you can have regulars that are going to be coming in. This is the lower wheat field down here. 16th Main will be over here and stuff of this nature. This is going to be intense. It's going to be awesome, guys. This is something I'm so excited for, to see the wheat field done and done right, under the commands of Mike and Chris and their staff and all the experience these guys have in working together. You should be so freaking excited, because I know for a fact I am, and I cannot wait to see this stuff. And that'll all take place there. There will be medical scenario taking place. As soon as the battle is done, the medical scenario begins. Okay, so Doc and them guys will have they'll throw up some canvas. They're going to make an area for shade, and they're going to start doing the medical scenario for spectators. So guys, we don't want you to necessarily jump right up and get off the field. There's people that are going to come around and come to you and help you up, and if you get you over to the medical station, and this is all for spectators. And guys, we're going to have burial crews, so we need volunteers. Get the guys out there with some shovels, and maybe what we'll do is we'll pre-dig some holes. Maybe we'll get pre-dig some topsoil. We'll have that done, so you're not really killing yourself out there in the heat. You just flip it over. We'll figure it out, but we're going to make it look, and it'll be easy. We'll make it look really good, and then we'll start doing the burial scenarios and stuff like that. So just to show people, yes, it wouldn't have happened immediately after the battle, but we still want to show people that these types of things are what happened after a battle. It wasn't just the fighting, and it wasn't just the soldiers affected. There was townsfolk and people that were, forever and just completely changed by the events that took place in Gettysburg. So we want to do our best to accurately depict those things as much as possible. And it adds another layer of depth to, the battle itself. Any questions so far? I'm going to jump over. Battlefield Brew Works. Thank you. I'm such a jackass. I can never remember that. We want to be invited back to this place. We don't want to be asked to leave. Amen. That's my wife. She's absolutely 110% right. She's been out there sweating with us, and, she's spot on with that. Okay, moving on. So all right, that's the second day, the wheat field. That's all the way up here. All right, third day, tickets charge. All right, and it depends on numbers, guys. We need registrations. We still need people. We have probably close to 2,000, a little over 2,000. I'd love to see another 1,500 of you guys show up. Really would love to get the numbers up so we can do a better tickets charge, but we're building. So the Emmitsburg Road was here. You guys have probably seen me getting all excited about having the Emmitsburg Road and having it all cleared out. That is no longer the Emmitsburg Road. The stone wall is actually going to come out this way. So it'll come out here, it'll come out here, and it'll come over to here. Spectator viewing area is all along these trees. Okay, there's a 25-foot area here. We'll have porta potties out here. 25-foot road for emergency vehicles to get around, to get to everywhere easily and without obstruction. And then, and we'll also have medical staff positioned out here. There's medical staff everywhere. We have you guys covered. Also, guys, we're going to talk a little bit. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to spend the last 10 minutes talking about some other very important things that you guys need to know and keep in the back of your mind for this whole thing. So, all right. So Confederates will line up down here. All right. The Confederate movement will come up this way. You guys will attack the stone wall here. Their stone wall will be breached. The hand-to-hand combat is going to be choreographed, and it's going to be you got to follow your guidance. You're going to, Dick Waters, Chris Anders, and some of the other guys. You're going to work in concert with the Federals over here, and it's going to look excellent, but it's also going to be done very carefully. The breach will last like it should, about 15 minutes. 72nd. Oh man, I cannot wait to see these guys in action. I'm super stoked. They have a huge group of guys that are going to be here. There's a bunch of Zouaves. I mean, I cannot wait to see them guys jump up off the ground and just come over here and just put an ass whooping on those Rebs coming across that wall. I'm so excited. and the spectators are going to be right there to see it. So, I mean, what an awesome, really cool experience you guys are all going to have when you come out here. So that about wraps up the map. Just so everybody knows, the water and porta-johns will all be here. Firewood will all be very close to the camps. We have firewood up here already. We'll put a lot more yet. We'll put it probably just one central area. Maybe we'll put another spot. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see how that works out. Porta pots will be along here. Your streets are going to run out this way. So your officers' tents will be here. You'll be running out this direction. Artillery will be in this portion of the field over here, and things of that nature. And like I said, I'm going to work on the entranceway up there. So there's plenty of facilities. Also, guys, during the battle, I have near this bridge, we will probably have a remote water source. Okay, the importance of you guys filling your canteens and keeping them full. I want you drinking water the entire time. All right, drinking water the entire time. This is, again, I cannot emphasize this enough. All right, we're going to drop the map. If you guys know this, you've been to how many events in the past? You've been to, a lot of you guys are super experienced, and you know the heat gets to you. We're in wool uniforms, 90-degree temperatures. Okay, you have got to hydrate. All right, I don't want you guys dropping out. All right, so before you come, drink water, drink a lot of water, over drink, be sick of drinking water. I want you freaking hydrated when you get to this place, okay? Don't be stupid. It's not worth it. This is a reenactment. It's for fun. It's for history. It's for education, okay? I don't want you dropping out. I don't want that. All right. I care about each and every one of you guys that are coming out here. I respect your time, and I love that you guys are doing this and you're putting your trust in the Patriots of the Civil War, and myself, my wife, Lee, and everybody else, Scott, that has put so much into this. None of us want to see anything happen to you guys. So drink water, a lot of it. Now, we have medical facilities. We have places to take care of you. If you feel like you're going to drop out, just sit the heck down. Just sit it out. There's no reason to push it. All right. It's going to be warm. It's June in Gettysburg. It's going to be hot. It's probably going to be in the 80s or 90s. So just think about that, guys. Any medications that you have, make sure that if you are on medications, make sure that you have that stuff written out or easy to find if you fall out. Okay, if for whatever reason we need to know, we have to get medical staff on top of you and quickly, make sure that we have your medical information available in your pocket or something. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. It's a very important little thing right there that could save your life. All right. So if you have medication, please do that. Okay. Start drinking water extensively prior to the event, arriving a week before. Yes. Med H, yeah, Med H. I'm not a doctor, but yes, in your haversack, put your information in there, whatever your medications or allergies and things of that nature. So think ahead. All right, guys. Medical history. There you go. All right. Think ahead. Be smart about it. All right, guys. That's the best that I can tell you. And I think that most of you are smart enough to know that a lot can happen in temperatures like this. All right, moving on. So drink water. Drink water. That's in the Army, they used to, the drill sergeant would yell, "Drink water," and you'd be like, your callback would be, "Beat the heat, drill sergeant, beat the heat." Well, that's it. You have to beat the heat. So if you don't drink water and you're not hydrated, we're going to beat this up from now until the event. Okay. I told you before, I'm telling you now, you should be trying to get some exercise, get yourself right, because this is a huge area. I cannot emphasize that enough. This is a huge area. Okay. It's massive. So you should be walking, taking long walks right now. Okay. Put your brogans on and start walking, taking walks around your neighborhood. People are going to look at you funny because you hear this. Who cares? Get yourself ready. Okay. For those of you who have horses, you should be working your horses. You should be working them. And you don't want a big fat horse to come out here and huffing and puffing. And it's a huge area. Work your horses. Okay, if you're out of shape, start working yourself a little bit. I'm just telling you guys, you're going to be doing a lot of walking. It's a huge area, and it's going to be hot. So exercise now. Okay, drink a little bit of water. Drink a lot of water. Get used to drinking water. And a week out from the event, start over hydrating yourself. Okay, I want this. We want to set a record. Nobody falls out at this event. The last one, I think, 5 people. The last GAC, I think 5 people fell out. All right, and some of them were in the hospital for a while. So we don't want that to happen here. All right, guys. So take care of yourselves. All right. So the last thing that I really want to touch on here, the last few minutes, and it's something that I've talked about before, um, but this is kind of different. Let's just say hypothetically, God forbid, so there's water. We've gotten rain. Okay, and the ground is a little bit soft. All right. But it's not so bad. We're going to cancel the event. Let's just say that maybe it rains when there's already 3,000 cars out there. If your car gets stuck in the mud, don't try to get it out. Don't sit there and go back and forth and turning your wheels and this and that and tearing up this guy's property. Don't do that. Sit tight, grab a security guy, say, hey, my car's stuck. Can you come and get me out? They'll call me, they'll call somebody. We'll come and get you out with doing as little damage to the property as possible. Okay, so please be thinking about those things. We want this property to be pristine when we leave it. Okay, we will respect this property with every ounce of our beings because we want to come back. We want them to welcome us back. Okay, they've put so much into this. The least we can do is just show them some respect. You bring it in, you take it out. And I mean everything. You bring it in, you take it out. All right, don't leave anything that doesn't need to be left. I don't want a mess out there. We're going to leave it pristine. So that's going to be about it, guys. I appreciate. Hey, we're 2 months away. It's coming really fast. We're still doing the giveaway, and we added hats. You can buy a PCWA hat now at the store. All proceeds, go to support this event. And again, our benefit this year is that church getting it on the National Historic Register, which costs thousands and thousands of dollars. It's a huge expense, and we're going to talk a little bit more. Gretchen just mentioned a big one. Oh, do not do this. Do not leave that place littered with cigarette butts. So help me God. You want to tick me off? That's the fastest way to do it. Do not let me go out there and find 2,000 cigarette butts. Don't. Guys, be respectful. Just please throw them in the fire pit or in the trash. Do not leave your cigarette butts laying around this guy's property. I will never have a civil reenactment out there again. I won't do it. If we can't respect these guys, I just that's a simple thing you do. Put it in your pocket, put it in the fire pit, or put it in the trash can. Just don't leave them in the grass, please. I'm begging you. Okay, put your damn butts in the trash. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking with us again. Like I said, I'm excited for Netflix. I hope that happens. He reached out to me again today and said he's got his resources put together. So we are super stoked about that. Hopefully we can see something come of this, and see your mugs on Netflix someday, talking about the Gettysburg, Battle of Gettysburg, and it be a part of history. So I'm super excited, guys, and thank you all so much for your support. Please go to thepcwa.org, get registered today if you haven't done it. What you do is you click the book now. Okay, there's people are struggling with this, and I understand. Normally you're looking for like reenactor registration, keeping it simple, but for whatever reason, Fair Harbor just added a book now tab. It's not a reenactor registration. Something that we are going to fix next time. Okay, and we'll make it. We've got bugs, guys. Our first big buggy event. So we have to work it out. Go to the PCWA.org, get registered, click Union Reenactor or Confederate Reenactor or Spectator, and follow the prompts through there. The book now is down at the bottom of that screen. Plus, go to the shop, get yourself a bracelet. $20 gets you entered to win the 1853 Enfield pattern Enfield musket. That was graciously donated in part by the Maryland Sutler. And that's the first prize, or $750. Man, that's awesome. Who doesn't need that? And then we have the second prize, which is a full set of accoutrements, rucksack. I did that just for you, John. Knapsack. the knapsack that is stuffed with goodies. And I already did come out with what that was, what some of it was last time. So if you watch the last video, you already know what's one of the things that's in there. And that's just one of the things that's in there. And that was donated graciously by Scott Fink. It's got a beautiful bedroll on there, high quality stuff. We got accoutrements that were donated by Todd Welsh, cartridge box. We got paper, beautifully packed paper cartridges from papercartridges.com, Brett over there. So, and guys, third prize, or second prize, if you don't win that, or if you don't want the accoutrements, is $250. That's awesome too, right? 20 bucks, $250. It's great. And your odds are excellent, by the way. And then we have books. This is green, so you can't see it. So the Parade and Inspection and Basic Evolutions by Don Dalbello, as well as Instructions for Guards and Pickets. That is your third place prize, guys. So get over there and get yourself some bracelets or buy a hat. And guys, people have been asking me about t-shirts and things of that nature. So keep your eye on the website. We will be adding t-shirts here soon. And yeah, probably going to have certain stuff separated, like staff will have blue, things of that nature, and we'll have other colors available for you guys as well. So Monica is talking about here really quick, smoking areas for spectators. I really want this to be a no smoking event. Honestly, I think that really makes it a lot easier. If you're going to smoke, I think what we'll probably do is have it out in the parking area, and we'll have a barrel out there with trash, and you can smoke around that barrel, and then use your staff to get back in. We'll try to we'll streamline something. We'll figure that out. I think that's something we do need to talk about with the staff. So, all right, guys, thank you for sitting here again with me for another hour, and all the support you guys have given us throughout this whole thing. We so much appreciate you. You guys are why we're here, and that's why we're doing all this, and we're super excited about it. It's less than 2 months away. I'm only going to do maybe 1 or 2 more of these videos until then. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, okay? And if you didn't hear it from me, it's probably bullshit. I've been saying that this entire time. The rumor mill is rampant out there. It is, and these people are stupid. They're wasting their time. I'll point one thing out. A gentleman reached out to me and says, Dustin, I'm being told that nobody's supporting you from the medical, this, that, and this, and I had an entire page of signatures from like the entire Adams County Emergency Management, like the whole thing. I'm like, I think that should stop the argument. I don't know why that even happens. I mean, we're trying to promote something and do something that's really monumental and huge for Gettysburg. You would think that you wouldn't run into the brick walls that we run into. It's unbelievable to me. But when you're stepping on toes, I guess that's what happens. But hey, whatever. All right, guys. I'm sorry, Joe. What is the event? Oh, okay. It's the 160th Battle of Gettysburg Civil War reenactment. It's at 1301 Black Horse Tavern Road in Gettysburg on June 23rd through the 25th. So come on out or go to thepcwa.org and get your tickets there. So if anybody has any questions, again, please hit me up. I get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm very responsive, as most of you already know, and I do my best to help you guys out. So with that, guys, we'll see you next time, and I can't wait to see you all out there, guys. Y'all take care.